What up, guys and girls? Another brand new video coming at you today, and we are back for another season of TOR Pacific. This time it was split 2 last season, but it has now been renamed to Pacific because basically it is all the Pacific nations, basically like Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, Malaysia, you name it. It's all there anyway. But yeah, you're probably wondering why I'm also got my voice on the TOR videos. Well, this season I plan to bring you all the highlights packages from TOR. I mean, you will be able to see all the live streams and whatnot over on the TOR Twitch page as well, so I'll probably leave a link to that in the description below. But you can see now we'll go through all the qualifying highlights. A lot of interesting stuff to say about it. It was obviously someone was off at near turn 4. DRC Jared got out of my way during my first run anyway, but it's a bit hard to find a little bit of space, I must be honest. You probably could tell I was trying to keep a little bit of a gap back to Ginger Horizon actually, but yeah, set provisional pole for the time being with a 22.2, but it didn't last long because New Zealand Ryan went straight to the top with a 22.0, I think. So yeah, continue on lap 2. I was hoping to get 2 runs out of it, but just when I saw the delta times I thought nah, and it was down a lot. I just thought, nah, it's not worth it going for 2 runs. So I basically bailed and came back straight into the lane. As you can see there, just waiting for the crew to finally get me after getting my teammate, who for this season in TOR will be Mitchie 950. You probably already know Mitchie from all the other videos, but I will get into a little bit later on. But here's a replay from BrockDoesStuff. Now, he did invalidate his first lap, but he was, as you can see here, gets his little screen freeze, and once it comes back about now, it drives him straight into the gravel and gets front wing damage. So that's probably the car you saw off in the gravel while I was doing my quali run. But so yeah, Mitchie scouted my my teammate from AOR Owens to drive for him this weekend. I was hoping he'd be going to be back for the next round, which is in Bahrain, which I am going to be missing, so there won't be any highlights package from Bahrain, just to let you know that, and I probably will mention it in the next round that I take part in. But yeah, you can see now just getting ready for the second run, taking all the fuel out, getting the ultra soft tyres on. Probably just going to go for I think with most of the lap here around Australia, so you're getting a good run coming onto the front straight. I was hoping maybe to dive into the 21s because I've never ever done it around Australia. That's I think one of the Haas's coming out of the pit lane. I'm not entirely sure which one it was, possibly Matt or Zombie Hunter. But yeah, got a good run coming out of the turns 1 and 2. Getting into turn 3 now. Got to hug this curb a lot. Trying to avoid that exit curb as much as you can. Get a lot of curb here. Don't want to take too much of that because you could easily spin yourself. Missed that apex a lot actually, coming through 5. You can see I'm up on my delta time actually. You see getting a much better run. Probably got a little bit hesitant with DRC Jared, but you could probably tell then that was my lagging teammate Owens. For some unknown reason that just happened, but yeah, very hesitant on my first run with DRC Jared obviously. But yeah, coming into this fast turn 11-12 section, you've got to commit through here, and I probably committed a little bit too much. Just ran a little bit too wide, and I was up by about 0.17 of a second on my delta time, so it could have possibly gotten me probably to the low 22s, high 21s at best, if I probably got that right. But yeah, in the end I decided just to continue on. I probably lost all my time anyway, so we're currently P7 at the moment, as you can tell. But coming around the final corner now, getting onto the front straight, a lot of people retiring from the session, but you just see there, I just lost a heap of time through that fast left-right hander, and that cost me a lot. Yes, you can now see Dominator go straight to the top with a 121.3, I think, from memory. So he was on the pace very quickly, and as you'll be able to see here, pretty much parks up right behind my car, gives me a little nudge for his troubles, but that was all fine, it was all good. But here's Zombie Hunter with DJR TP17, and they've tangled. It was a very awkward spot for Penske to come on there, I must say. But his teammate DRC Jared, this is how his qualifying ended. And it was a really bad qualifying for DRC Jared, probably by his standards, but you can tell Dominator got pole from New Zealand Ryan and Master Berserk. We end up in P11 after all that. It probably could have been a little bit more higher, but you can see my teammate Arwen's there in 6th position. But like I said, DRC Jared had a shocking qualifying, way down dead last, I think, out of, I think it was about 19 or 18 or 19 runners anyway. But yeah, getting to the race strategy, as you can probably tell, I have a free choice of tyres. I was hoping to get onto the ultra soft tyres, but the strategy didn't allow that. So basically, I thought it was a tough choice whether to like stick with the softs and go to the super softs, but then I thought I may as well do what Death Pro did in Australia in SRL. I'm sorry I mentioned another league there, but yeah, managed to just get it in time anyway. But so head off now on the formation lap. There's a lot of chaos already started on the formation lap, and we haven't even started the first race. A lot of us banging into one another, and I just tapped the rear of Death Pro and got disqualified. There was a few others that joined as well. I think you can see there's going to be a few of us joining the grid, but it's what it looked like from Zombies formation lap start. You can just see still tangling, I think, with Penske, and both of them got disqualified, but he's on board with a neontreedome. You'll be able to see, here comes a flying DRC Jared out of nowhere. I don't know what the heck that was all about. All that it was about, but yeah, that was all crazy. But I don't think a lot of us did the formation lap in the end, but it probably doesn't matter much. I don't think many of us enjoy it anyway, so probably some of us do anyway, like it, but that's the way it goes. But here we go. We're all set for season 2 of TOR Pacific 5 Red Lights, a brand new season. Let's do it around Melbourne, and it's an okay start, I must say. Probably got a little bit too much wheel spin. Actually, a great start for Pomps of the Win, who is another reserve driver. He's driving with neontreedome in the Sauber, but you see here, there's a chaos already here at turn 1. Just somehow managed to survive all of that. I don't know how the hell I did, but it was just all crazy now into turn 3. Just braking normally, but really already, I've already got front wing damage, and well, I don't blame Owens for that. Possibly internet lagging issues may have affected him, but yeah, I'm not too sure, but it looked like it was a bit laggy on my screen, but a couple of warning from the troubles there. And Owens just lets us through there because he's got a heap of damage as well. I think Ginger Horizon is another one that's got a heap of damage, so yeah, already a chaotic start. Probably the best start of the lot was Pomps of the Win. He's already up, I think, into maybe like the top 5 or 4 even. So you just see how much Ginger's struggling through here. I wouldn't be surprised if he's lost all of his front wing because he's just struggling so much. I did think about it going up here into 13, but decided against it because I didn't want any trouble early on this. Yeah, 13. I didn't want any trouble going into the start of the season anyway, so go up the inside here, absolutely cut the corner, and I cop a 3-second time penalty for that. Honestly, if the others were warnings, I mean, what is that really? But we see my teammate straight into the lane already. Ginger was in, so that put us up to P6. I did consider pushing these tyres, hoping to continue on, but you can just tell the front wing damage is not helping my cause at all. And actually, DRC Jared's got disqualified, so what a shocking weekend it's been for Jared. You can just tell there. I tried, honestly, I did just try and manage to get this front wing to hopefully, I think like lap 9 or 10 where I wanted to pit. You can just see that I'm just losing a heap of time. You can just tell how much I lifted out of 11 and 12, and Penske right behind me, who's just, he always just finds a way to avoid all the chaos and carnage. But in the end, I decided to box at the end of lap 2, and well, I didn't actually, I forgot to change my front wing, as you can tell there. I left it on auto, and literally I was furious. So I put another super soft tyres on, and away I went. As if I had changed the front wing then, I probably could have stayed where I was, but yeah, it is just one of those things. So again, still struggling through 11 and 12, and even 13. Probably went a little bit too wide there actually. So what could have been easily like a top 10 result is my teammate's now back in the lane again, so he's copping more damage, or he's forgotten to do something as well. But Zombie's showing his pace already. He's gone onto the ultra soft tyres this early on. So at this stage, I'm just trying my best to push this car to the limit. And again, dreaded turn 11 and 12 without a front wing. Not great. It probably will be featured a lot in this video anyway. But you see, I've come back in it again. Nearly hammered straight into the pit lane entry there. But yeah, this time I managed to change the front wing to yes. I've put another set of super soft tyres on. I thought maybe it was a little bit too early for the soft tyres. Maybe I could have gone through the soft tyres and then put on ultra softs later on, but let's get held up from Ginger Horizon, who's I think still struggling early on in this race, but that just puts us way down the field. Come out at 15th. That was a nice bit of oversteer coming out of the pit lane. But let's look at the replays from the start. He's on board with I'm Death Bro and the Red Bull. It's a good start. You can see that there's Pomps for the win, coming straight out of nowhere there into turn 1. And then coming through there, Neon gives him a little touch, cops a little bit of front wing damage, and well, Deth actually managed to another one to survive all that carnage, but not finished yet. No, it's all ended badly. I apologise, Deth. It has ended badly. We tangled with his Zap Matt, and that pretty much was putting him back down the field again. But he's on board with Penske going into turn 1. He's surrounded by Matt and BrockDoesStuff, and oh dear, look at all this. Seriously, how did Penske not get any damage from that? I got a legal overtake for that, for good measure, and yeah. Oh, BrockDoesStuff, but it was still going, and I just don't know how he does it. He just avoids it all, and Brock actually gives Jared a little bit of a shove there. Whether lag's involved, I don't know, but look at the run that Penske's got compared to Brock, and it's just all chaos through back there, and you just tell Neon is another one that was suffering front wing damage big time. And I think Penske will not muck around here, should get him into the top 10 for points. Straight up the inside he goes and makes it stick, and that's V Fens right behind. Let's have a look on board with V Fens. Not the greatest of starts actually compared to Warden, who got a ripping start. You see the top 4 just pulling away there, but actually gets a little bit of a tag then. I'm not sure exactly who by, but just another one that got front wing damage. Just nothing. No other damage, no front wing. Survived all that, and trying to make his way back through. Probably in the legal overtake there on Gold Power, but just see all this chaos again. He goes up the inside of Jared there, trying to follow Penske as much as he can. They're going nearly 3 wide through here. They are going 3 wide with Brock and Jared. Jared's not done yet. No, Jared has to succumb to that position, but you just tell, like I said earlier, Penske got the move done on neontreedome, who's struggling a lot, and Neon's gone well wide, and Fens has to do it right around the outside, and I think he will get it done here. So that moves him back up into P11, so he'll be making a strong comeback, I think, will Fens, but it's what it looked like from Zombie Hunter's view. It's an okay start. That's who's that? That's Penske on the right there, so he got a good start. But he went straight up the rear end of his lagging teammate in Matt, and he's still getting front wing damage from Matt as well, so it's not a great start for Zombie. You can just see he made it so easy on neontreedome. Let's have a look on board with neontreedome. So he probably copped the most of the damage compared to with a few others as well, but there's Pomps to the win going up the inside. It's a little bit tangled up, got some front wing damage there, and front wing damage from I think there was Fens being turned around there. I may have pushed him a little bit wide there, and yeah, Zombie made it pretty simple there, and Neon tried it, but just didn't quite have enough, and you'd be able to tell no front wing. Doesn't really help around curbs. He's just getting swamped here, and actually runs off the road here at 11 and 12, so I think he'll make it easy for both Gold Power and not sure what happened to Jared. I thought he'd make the move stick. He might have made it stick, I don't know. But now Neon's locked up big time into 13, and he's going, well, his day's just going from bad to worse, isn't it, really? Just literally comes out behind Spagbol as I think that was Death Bro. Not sure who's behind him still, but I think that possibly is Matt. But He's just struggling so much, and that would have been an interesting battle coming into the pit lane, but that was okay. That looked like a weird car going reversing, but again, Penske back on board we go. He's trying to catch up with Zombie Hunter, who's copped a lot of front wing damage on his car, and just look at the run that Penske's got here, and I'm not sure if Zombie's letting him through here or not, but he gets up into P9 now does Penske, and Fens does make the pass as well, but well, that might explain why Jared got disqualified for reversing down the pit lane, but whether he did that on purpose or not, I don't know, but it's up for the decision makings there, but it's your choice to make there, what I meant to say, but is Neon fighting back with the Spag Bowl for the 16th position here. Neon going way deep there, and actually pushed Spag Bowl there, a little bit there, I think. So on board with Spag Bowl we go, who's a new driver to TOR, so we welcome him, but just goes up the inside, and just a little touch, and off he goes. That's dropped Spag to dead last, basically. And here's Zombie trying to make his way back to the field. That's Owens and Ginger Horizon there. Obviously come to grief again, but that's an easy 2 spots for Zombie there. Great moving back to the field. I think this was on his purple lap, or one of his purple laps anyway, but now back we go with Fens and Penske. These two are going to have a good battle. Penske's had a shocking run out of the turn 1-2 section. He gives a little squeeze to Fens. He's going to hold the inside line here, and Fens tries to cover him off, but there's a little touch between these two. Pushes Penske wide, but these two are still going to tangle. They have tangled. They're both spun, but somehow managed to survive all that in the same position. They're still banging wheels. Now Gold Power's in this battle as well, but that was all chaos there, and here I am back with the front wing, surprisingly, but I'm just still struggling so much, and you can just tell I was just furious, and I was copping a heap of warnings right, left and centre, but there was a yellow flag up the road here at the pit straight, and it's actually neontreedome in the Sauber, so he's obviously had a big spin coming onto the final corner, so we're actually right up a little bit closer to Neon. I didn't think I'd be seeing Neon throughout this race, but just trying to keep right behind him, not do anything silly here, because I want to get these tyres to a certain point through the race, but it's just like battling for 14th and 15th in the race. And the leaders, I don't know where the hell they've got to, but they're probably somewhere near the final sector or somewhere, but they're just trying to hold on to Neon as much as I can, and yeah, Neon's just doing a good job all around anyway. A good comeback, but do get DRS actually and get a little bit sideways and run a bit too wide and cop a tiny bit of front wing damage, and that was pretty much, yeah, that was pretty much gutted. That was probably my battle with Neon done anyway, but Jetson came in as well. So another guy who's just not having a great run. That, again, the front wing, no, it's just not working at all throughout that sector anyway, but yeah, just losing a heap of ground now to Neon, and that really didn't help my cause there, running it right at turn 9, but I just tried again to manage this front wing, but again, running wide doesn't help your cause big time. I'm losing a heap of ground, and I was basically on a motto now where it was just basically either win it or bin it, and I let my teammate Owens through here because I knew he had a bit more pace, and considering I've got the front wing damage as well, so currently on the end of lap 8. I tried to stick around with Owens, but again, just, it's nothing really. I kept with him for a little bit, but again, Owens just pulled away a heap big time, but I'm not sure what I've said we've lost Jetson yet. Whether we have lost Jetson, I'm not sure yet, but I could be completely wrong. But in the end, I decided to pit on lap 9. Managed to just slow it down enough for the pit lane, but yeah, now we're basically in dead last. So another front wing change, and this was originally going to be my stop if I did the one stop, but that's now been changed to like I've done like 3 pit stops now, so it's really annoying. And there was a little glitch where the car just automatically just slows down for no apparent reason when you leave the pit lane. I think majority of us got it, but I don't know why that happened. Shows you how shitty the online part of this game is. But Fence had a shocking run out of the fast left-right hander, and there goes Warden up the inside. He's already done his 1 stop already, so he's going, I think, to the end of the race. Probably a little bit surprised that some of these guys came in a bit early. But Fens responds anyway on at the end of lap 7. And he's changing his front wing as well, so he's got a bit of damage from somewhere. Release. And away he goes. Should be able to make that to the end of the race, but he just comes out literally just ahead of Death Bro, who's now starting to have some good pace as well, but doesn't take long for Fence's tyres to get up to temperature, and it's all over the back of Brock, and Brock makes a terrible mistake out of turn 9, and it's pretty easy for Fens there. And this is Zombie Hunter trying to get past Pomps to win in the pit lane. He just manages to do it. I don't know how the hell he didn't bin it at all, but back to me. I'm still cutting corners right, left and centre. Because like I said, literally I was furious. I just lost a heap of concentration possibly, because when you think you're in a good position with all the carnage that happened earlier on, so yeah, it's probably there for the taking, but yeah, I'm probably just gonna like complain a lot that I wasn't up there where I should have been. But yeah, come down to lap 12, set the PB with a 26.131s. So, I mean, I've got some good pace anyway, but I was even considering taking these softs to the end of the race, but yeah, you'll be able to see why a bit later on. But another personal best on that 14 went to the low 26s, but is Zombie all over the back of Gold Power, who's been on those soft tyres, I think, since the start of the race. And there's Pomps on the win, not far behind as well. So Pomps has already done his pit stop, one and only pit stop. He's holding stationary as well as Pomps. He's doing a ripper job. He's not been having the greatest of luck in league racing as Pomps, but he's just been avoiding all the chaos, and he's in a very good position. So well done to Pomps anyway. But Zombie comes in. I think this is for his 2nd stop. I could be wrong, but he now goes onto the soft tyres and should be able to take them to the end of the race. And you can tell just that glitch there. Like I said, it just slows your car down randomly. I don't know what the hell happened, but he just literally comes out just in front of Death Bro. But Death Bro's probably got a better run. They do make contact. It's going to be hard for Zombie to hold it around the outside here into turn 3. Death gives him room, but Zombie's just going to hold on for now. Probably pushes Death a little bit wide. No, gives him space, and I think Death's just yielded the position there. And yeah, that's a great battle. Now back we go with Fens, who's still battling away with Penske. This is for 7th place. And Penske covers a bit late there, probably, but they still got it done. It was already these two have tangled, I think, on lap 5, but at the end of the lap, you can probably tell Fence is going to have a look up the inside. I think Penske covers him there, but yeah, Penske got a corner cut. I wouldn't be surprised if penalty. I wouldn't be surprised if Fence did a good one as well, but Fence lets him go by there. So we'll have a look at on board with Fence. You see Penske covers, and Fence gets a great run coming out of 13. Yeah, he'll probably size up the move here at 15. Might want to be fighting too much because Dominator's not far behind, but Fence goes very up the inside. With a Penske move late, it probably looks like it that way, but he got an illegal overtake for his troubles with Fence, but he won't muck around here. And again, Fence is still looking. Penske does cover again here into 3. And like I said, Dominator's not far behind this. They've not caught up with these two, so they don't want to squabble too much through this next sector. Now into turn 5 we go. Still hanging on to the rear end of Penske. Look at Dominator. He'll be all over the back of Fence here. He's on the quicker tyre as well. I think Dominator is committed to the 2-stop. Now Fence looks up the inside here at 9 and gets it done just. manages to just get it done now. He's got to cover here because Penske's all over the rear end of him. On board we go with Penske. Now he's under attack from Dominator. Let's see what the run's like. And see Dominator got a very great run. Penske runs wide, so that's should be a pretty simple move there from Dominator. Cops a warning for his troubles as Penske, but there you go. Dominator up into 7th place. Well, I don't think it'll be too long before he catches Fens anyway, but now beginning lap 14, you just see Dominator runs a bit sideways, gets a little bit taily there. It was very lucky he didn't bin it there, but you can just tell, look at the run. Fens had a terrible run out of that fast left right hand. He's going to have to do it the long way, is Dominator, but he can do anything, can Dominator. He tries to do a little bit of a stretch back, but Fens pushes him a little bit wide. And back on lap 15. Nothing's really happening on my end anyway, so Dominator gives him a little shove there, and Fens gives him one back. Dominator has to use every single bit of road there. He can't do it. Like I said, it won't be too long. Cut a bit further on in the lap anyway, and now the Dominator's all over the back of him again. Fens covers him this time, but wouldn't be surprised if Dominator does this as the second last corner. Look at the much pace he's got. Fens thinks about covering, but yeah, now there's a bit more contact between these two. Dominator's going to have to hold it right around the outside, and he just manages to do it as well. And well done to Dominator, the pole sitter. Not sure what that wave was for, whether that was a thank you or not, but now onto lap, out back we go to lap 15. Brock does actually pit, and he comes out literally in front of us. So this battle's on again for 14th and 15th. Doesn't mean nothing, but it's good battling nonetheless. But I go up the inside here of Brock. I think he's going to hold around the outside. It's a little touch. Now at that point I was a bit furious because I literally thought Brock was had been at fault there. But again, whether lag was involved, I don't know. You just tell I'm just trying to hold on to Brock as much as I can. He's probably got a little bit fresher rubber as well and on the faster tyre, so I don't think it'll be too long before he starts to pull away here. So I'm doing my best here just to try and hold on to Brock, but that really didn't help my cause there, and that probably lost me a bit of time there. But the win it or bin it approach is pretty much still on here. I mean, the win's definitely not on, but whether I pretty much bin it is another thing. But get a bit of DRS here. I'm just way too far back from Brock. He's starting to pull away here. Actually had surprisingly good pace compared with Brock anyway, but yeah, got another warning. I've lost count of how many warnings. You probably have to do a bit of a tally down in the comment section, but trying to get a little bit deep into there, but have a little lock up. Do get a little bit close again to Brock, but in the end, Brock does start to pull away again. And again, at turn 13, that didn't really help my cause. Losing the rear end again. But yeah, I've lost count of how many time penalties I've got. I've got heaps, so I'm probably still going to be finishing in last anyway. But oh, Brock's gone very wide there out of the fast left right hander. When I was thinking it through, I thought it was Karma, but he just did a little mistake there in the end. So I do apologise, Brock. But yeah, Neon actually had a better run coming out of that fast left right hander. It gets the move done as well. So just been an all-round day for Neon. It's always good fun battling with Neon. I really enjoyed it anyway. I mean, yes, he's probably a little bit quicker than me, but there's always room for improvement, don't you worry. We're still getting DRS here coming down the front straight, but went in way too late in that corner. Nearly lose the rear end again, but it's nearly time, I think, to sort of concede that position, and you can just tell the blue flags. I didn't really want to get another penalty, so I decided to let New Zealand Ryan through, who's already way ahead of the rest of the pack, I think. Be able to see probably in the next shot, but yeah, still coming warnings right left and centre. I was hoping to stick around with Ryan to see maybe if he could catch up with neontreedome, but yeah, that was my teammate back in the lane again, so I think he's going for the ultra soft tyres again. Again, coming more blue flags, but way too deep into there, and that made it pretty simple for Warden. Probably made it a little bit awkward when I re-entered there for Master Berserk, who was in P3, but yeah, I apologise to Berserk if that was a little bit too close for his comfort, but Yeah, back in the lane we go. And to make matters worse, cop another penalty. Went way too quick in the lane. I thought, really, there's nothing to lose here. I may as well just go and try for the fastest lap of the race. Whether I get it or not, it's another thing, but going to be finishing a lap down anyway, but just letting Pomps of the win go through as well. I didn't really want to hold him up into turn 1 there at all, so let's see what we can see with other battles-wise. So this is Zombie Hunter with Penske. I swear these two are inseparable. They whatever league race you're doing, you can't separate them. I mean, in AOR it's probably a bit different, but just look at the run that Zombie's got on Penske. Up into 13 we go. Penske might cover here. And Zombie's going to have to do it right around the outside here. I think Zombie thinks he's got a bit more pace. And again, Penske doing a ripping job in P8 at the current moment, and P9 for Zombie. Zombie's going to have a little look down here at the inside of the second last corner, but Penske holds on just. Let's see if he can get a bit of DRS. Zombie's gone well and truly wide there. That didn't really help his run, but you just tell Penske's just trying to break the slipstream as much as he can. Now into the turn 1 we go, and it's still go on here between these two. Now into turn 3, Zombie's really going to have to do it right around the outside again. Penske just gives him a little bit of room, not much. Gives a little touch, and that was pretty much done for the time being. But cut the lap later. No, we're still on lap 20, my apologies, but they actually get a better run there. And Penske's just not giving enough room. And just hold on, but Zombie pushes Zombie a little bit wide there, I think, but Zombie's just trying to hold on for the time being. But again, Penske runs him wide and out into the gravel. That was pretty much that done. So, but he was still looking here on the inside. Goes for a late move here on the inside, and just like with what happened with Fence and Penske earlier, that's what happened. He just spun, but yeah, again, a lot of this video is just probably going to be a lot of the corner cuts I do anyway, and the penalties I caught, but you can just see I've just got a little bit more pace than Palms on the win there. Starting to catch him a little bit, but going into turn 3, went way too deep, nearly ran up the rear. That would have been pretty awkward if I actually ran him up the rear and cost him P4, but come back on the lap 22 there, and just all over the rear of them. I think Pomps is probably trying to manage tyre wear as well. Been get a nice run with DRS as well. I actually do set my personal best with a 25.8. So it's getting lower and lower as well, but yeah, make it move done on Pomps, so that's one less car we have to worry about in the case of lap traffic. But at the end of lap 23, do set another personal best with a 124.3. Now, fortunately, that wasn't the fastest lap of the race. In the end, I think Dominator got that with like a 123 flat, so he's got a heap of pace. These two are still going at it. Now Zombie's going to try to do it the other way around. Again, Penske's not leaving him much room. Gives him a little shove out in the curb. Again, it's bringing Dominator into this as well. And he's on a fresher set of rubber as well on the Ultra Soft, so don't think it'll be too long here. And I think Zombie's just going to let Dominator go here, so probably hoping he can catch up to Penske and maybe push him a little bit right to get a good run here. But on ball we go with Penske. He's just got Dominator all over his rear end. Now let's see what Dominator can get up here into the fast left right hander. Not quite, he backs out of it, but back on board with Zombie. Look at the run. Look, that's a great run actually, and Penske's had a shocker of a run. But Zombie again is going to have to do it right around the outside. Into the turn 13. Just a little shove, but he might have the move done this time. They're still pushing this time, not much wider than before, but finally, this time he's got it. Penske can't do anything about it, so that's Zombie up into P7. What a great effort from Zombie after what happened earlier, but back to us. We're coming on to lap 26 now. I think that was neontreedome are actually pitted for another set of tyres, so yeah, I mean, was probably going to be a hard ask. I mean, I did catch him slowly and surely, but as we get into the left-right-hander, again, just like nearly what I did in qualifying, but this time I make it a heap more worse. And yeah, that just sums up my day, really. As Brock goes through and probably make it a little bit awkward for Pomps to win as well. Again, so I apologise to Pomps for that, but yeah, I was just between gutted and furious now, so I was pretty much just cruising the rest of the way home anyway, so getting a little bit sideways. The tyre wear on the rear is starting to feel it now, but sitting off on the final lap of the race. But that run didn't really help my cause, and yeah, I just pretty much succumbed anyway, and just decided to cruise. I think Fens, I let him through. So I was just basically cruising the rest of the way home anyway. Did push on a little bit, but there's something happened on the these guys' final lap. There's a bit of carnage for Death Bro and is that Matt. They've already tangled on like the first lap. Now they've done it on the, well, it's technically second last lap. It will be Death Bro's last lap because New Zealand Ryan comes through and wins the race. That's cost Death Bro possibly 12th. Or even 11th, but yeah, back on board we go with us, just yeah, cruising, honestly, and we got another warning. I must have about like 20 warnings or something, but it's probably getting a little bit sideways there, having a little bit of fun, because there was a little bit of fun throughout this race, but not a lot, but coming across the line is going to be dead last in 16th. Really, all I can say is just absolute shocking wise, and I think Mitchie's going to have a lot of words to say after this race anyway. But there's the podium. New Zealand Ryan, very dominant from Warden and Master Berserk. That's your podium. Great start for Force India. I think they should be leading the Constructors' Championship anyway, but yeah. What more can I say, really? It could have been a good race, turned out to be a shocker, but there's the results on this screen. Not a lot really to say there. Yeah, P16. But teammate actually, Owens got up in the P10, so great comeback for him. And I think Matt came all the way back up in to 8th place as well. So it's, I think Dominator finished in 4th or 5th or something. I'm not sure, but there's the Constructors' Championship on your screen now. You'll be able to tell who's where and whatnot. But yeah, Force India leading the way, I think, from... Oh, I can't remember who it was. But yeah, hopefully it'll be an improvement for my next round, which will be the Monaco Grand Prix, which, like I said, I won't be doing any Bahrain highlights, so I probably will mention it in the next one. But if you did enjoy it, be sure to give it a big smash on that like button. Comment down below what you thought about that chaotic race. Just subscribe to my channel for plenty more TOR and league racing footage on F1 2017, plus plenty more video gaming content. And all my social media links will be down in the description. But for the moment, guys and girls, it is goodbye, and I'll see you all next time.